It's been a while since I've done a video like this and I really wanted to film one again. So this is going to be kind of a short video. I recently read a word, or no, I said a word to someone English, an English person. I said a word and they were like, what? And I was like, what? And we were all like, what? And then also in the past, my friend Steph has told me a story where she said a word in work. The person was just looking at her like, what do you mean? And she was like, what? And then she told me and I was like, this is a video idea. So here are words I didn't know were Scots. Before I jump into the words, if you're new to my channel, I'm Erin. I make videos about Scotland, the outdoors, sometimes creepy things, in the past periods, sometimes mental health, sometimes Scottish gin and life. If you aren't yet subscribed, you should subscribe because why not? Okay, here are words I didn't realise were Scots. Words I didn't realise were Scottish. Shugle. Shugle. Shugly. This is a great word. When you shake something or when something's wobbly, it's shugly. I'm shuggling my phone. My phone is shugly. It's not really shugly. This tripod's shugly sometimes. It's shugly when I move it on the bed. Shugle just means to shake something. The dictionary says it's Scots and it says to shake, sway or rock back and forth. Shugle. Love that word. I use it quite a lot, like I use it if something is sugary, like that. Yeah, wee shugle. This is one that I saw on Twitter and I was like, what? Squint? I use this all the time. The dictionary definition of squint is look at someone or something with one or both eyes partly closed in an attempt to see more clearly or as a reaction to strong light, and then also have eyes that look in different directions. But no, the Scots meaning of that word is not straight or level. If something's squint, in fact this tripod is pretty squint just now, it's not quite level. There's a bridge over the Clyde in Glasgow that's called the Squinty Bridge because it's not quite level. And I didn't realise that was a Scots word. I know that I think some of these words might be used in like Northern England, but they are Scots words and I was like, what? Didn't know this. The sentence the dictionary's given is the squint bottom edge of the puzzle. Okay. Another word, I think this is the one that I used or someone used in the group chat. And the group chat is mainly English people. Steep. And not steep as in like a hill, like an incline. I mean steep as in if I'm going to soak, like I'll steep a pot, right? See if I make like anything in a pot, I'll usually steep it so that it's easier to clean and wipe afterwards. And it just means to soak something. If you're soaking it in water, not... This is a very difficult one to describe. I'm going to Google it. See, when I Google steep a pot, it comes up like steeping a pot of tea. That's not what I mean. Like, oh no, okay, no, I take that back. It can be used that makes sense. That would make sense. So steep essentially means soak. We take dry leaves, add them to hot water, let them soak, pour out the tea and drink it. Yeah, so I guess you are steeping, like when you put your tea bag in, you're kind of steeping it. But I steep dishes in water before I wash them because sometimes if they're going to be quite stubborn to get off, like the stains, then I'll steep them. I'll let them soak for a bit in water. And I didn't realise that comes from Scotland, apparently. So if you use the word steep to mean soak and in the context of dishes, then that is a Scottish word. Isn't that fun? One of the meanings in this Scots dictionary is to infuse tea. Oh my god, I'm taking too long. I did not prepare this video beforehand. Basically, I use steep in the context of dishes to steep them in hot water and soap to help to make them easier to clean. Okay, moving on. That is too long for that. One that I've used in a video before is skelf, and a skelf is a splinter. Like if you touch a fence and you get a wee splinter, we call it a skelf. One of the best words I think I have used before in a video as well, but we're going to talk about it again because this is a great Scottish word. Many people don't realise is actually a Scots word or a Scottish word. People in Scotland use the word out with a lot, like to be out with something. Like I live out with Glasgow. I don't live in Glasgow, I live outside of Glasgow. It just means out of. If you're out with something, you're out of it. It means outside, beyond. He's lived out with Scotland for only 5 years. I want another example though. It is, however, necessary on occasion to work out with these hours. So you're working outside of these hours, you're working out of these hours. That's a good one. I can't think of one, but basically, yeah, it just means out of, outside of. Out with YouTube, out with... Nah, I can't, nah, I've got nothing, man. doer. I use this quite often. Did not realise at first, like I did a while back. It's been in a video before as well, but it's one of my favourite ones because I use it kind of often. Like if I'm like, say I see a clip of myself, right, and I look kind of straight faced and like this bad tempered almost, I would say that I look doer faced. I look doer, and I think it's said elsewhere, potentially in the UK but potentially the world, I don't know, don't quote me on that, forget I said that if it's wrong. Apparently it is a Scots word, doer. So the Oxford Dictionary defines it as someone who's relentlessly severe, stern or gloomy in appearance, or in manner or appearance. And it says also it can refer to someone who's stubborn or obstinate, but no, I wouldn't use it like that. I would use it as in someone who looks serious and like sort of gloomy. Gloomy is a good word to put it, doer faced. And the one that my friend said that I loved and I've put in a video before but I want to put it in another one, I just get deja vu. Have I done a video like this before? Hopefully not. She said to someone that she works, like he was finishing up, he was doing something, this was when she worked in the SEC Hydro, she was the audio-visual technician in the Hydro, and she worked with this English guy and he was tidying, he was like finishing up doing something, and then when she thought he was finished she said, "Is that you?" And he was like, "Is what me?" And she went, "Is that you?" And he was like, "What is what me?" And she's like, "Is that you finished?" And he said, "Yes." But to say, "Is that you?" that means, are you ready? Are you done? Are you finished? But apparently that isn't used like elsewhere, and I was blown away because I say "is that you" all the time. Like if I'm ready to go and I say to my friend, like they're putting their jacket on and we're ready to go, and I go, "Oh, is that you?" And she goes, "Yeah," and then we go, because it just means, are you ready? Are you done? Is that you? Is that you finished? I love stuff like this. And then the last one I'm going to mention is actually a phrase, and it is caught red-handed. And apparently caught red-handed is from Scots, from the 15th century in Scotland, and it literally means to be caught after a crime with blood on your hands. It literally means caught red-handed. It can also be found in Sir Walter Scott's Ivanhoe from 1820, where the line is, "I did but tie one fellow who was taken red-handed, and in the fact to the horns of a wild stag." And then the first recorded instance of someone referring to being red-handed, it comes from the Scottish Acts of Parliament from James I in 1432. So yeah, that is a bunch of words that I didn't realise were Scottish until fairly recently-ish. And if you have any more, let me know, and I could do another one of these videos because I do find them quite fun. What other Scots words videos would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below. That is all. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I have a Patreon page if you are interested. And thanks very much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.